Have you ever wondered how far a human being would go to escape from a high-security prison? From underground tunnels to stormy seas, and even political revolutions. Today, we'll reveal 5 of the most unbelievable prison escapes in history. Some of these men changed history, others simply vanished forever. Let's dive in. December 28, 1978, Tehran, Iran. 2 American executives, Paul Chaperoni and Bill Gaylord, were thrown into the infamous Qasr Prison. Why? A fake bribery charge by the Iranian government. As the Iranian Revolution erupted, chaos ruled the streets. And back in the US, their company founder, H. Ross Perot, decided to take action. He hired a retired Special Forces Colonel, Arthur Simons, the same man who led the legendary Son Tay raid during the Vietnam War. Simons gathered a civilian rescue team, but just as they were about to strike, Iranian revolutionaries stormed the prison. Hundreds of prisoners escaped, including the 2 Americans. Days later, they met the rescue team at the Hyatt Hotel and escaped overland, crossing into Turkey, finally tasting freedom. Their story became a best-selling book, On Wings of Eagles. November 15th, 1899. The Boer War. Natal, South Africa, a young British war correspondent, was captured by Boer fighters after an ambush. That man was none other than Winston Churchill. For nearly a month, he was held captive in Pretoria. But on December 12th, he made a bold escape, hiding inside a train, crossing enemy lines, and making his way to Portuguese East Africa, now Mozambique. His escape became front-page news across the world, and just 1 year later, Churchill returned to Britain and began the political career that would make him one of the most famous leaders of the 20th century. 1939, Soviet Union. Thousands of Polish soldiers were captured by Stalin's forces. Some were executed, others sent to brutal Siberian labor camps. Among them was Polish officer Sławomir Rawicz. With the help of the camp commandant's wife, Rawicz and 6 other prisoners escaped, right in the middle of a deadly snowstorm. Their journey? A 4,000-mile trek through Siberia, Mongolia, the Gobi Desert, and finally, India. Only 5 survived the journey, and incredibly, Rawicz returned to Europe and continued fighting in World War II. His memoir, The Long Walk, became a worldwide bestseller. 1864, Richmond, Virginia, Libby Prison. A nightmare for Union officers during the American Civil War. Inside, more than 1,200 men, starving, suffering, and constantly planning escape. The most daring plan came from Colonel Thomas Rose. He and fellow prisoners dug a tunnel, through a chimney 50 feet underground, leading to a barn outside the prison walls. On February 9, 1864, Rose led 15 men through the tunnel. Then, 93 more followed. It became the largest escape of the war. 59 of the escapees made it back to Union lines. Even Confederate officers admired their enemy's bravery, calling it an extraordinary adventure. June 11, 1962, San Francisco Bay, Alcatraz Prison. Known as the Rock, a place no one could escape until 3 men tried. Frank Morris, John Anglin, and Clarence Anglin. They spent months widening the air vents in their cells using homemade tools, spoons, and even drills made from vacuum cleaner motors. That night, they slipped out, reached the rocky shoreline, and used improvised rafts made from raincoats to paddle into the freezing waters. By morning, they were gone. A massive manhunt followed, but no bodies were ever found. The FBI concluded they had drowned, but many believe they made it. Their story inspired the Clint Eastwood movie, Escape from Alcatraz, and just 1 year later, the prison was permanently shut down. If you like these stories, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell us in the comments, which escape do you think was the most unbelievable? And should we cover more prison break stories?